Today I'm going to be talking about a strategy that has given me a great win rate and has a really good risk to reward ratio. Over the last couple of months I've been trading it on NQ for the New York Open and I've seen great success to it. Today I want to go through it, explain exactly how I identify, what setups I'm going to take and how to win these trades. As many of you already know and you've already seen my videos, you'll know that I like to incorporate a lot of ICT concepts within these strategies. This is no different. Without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll show you this strategy. So to begin this strategy, we want to be on the 15-minute time frame, and what we want to do is start at about 9:30 looking at the chart. 9:30 Eastern time, that is. And the reason for that is we want to spot a fair value gap that's occurred between 9:30 and 10. And luckily enough, on this example, we have exactly that. We'll have a little slither, which is a 15-minute fair value gap. So this won't happen every single day, but that's totally fine. If you don't see it, don't place a trade, no harm done. So I've marked out 10 exactly on the chart, and the reason I've done this is so I can work out when I need to start looking for my accumulation phase. I'm then going to hop down to the 1 minute time frame, as that's where I'm going to identify the power of 3, and I'm also going to be able to identify where my entry point is. So what I've got right here is our accumulation phase. This is just building up liquidity within the market. What we'll have next is our manipulation. So prices move pretty significantly down towards this 15-minute fair value gap, and we'll have a 1 minute fair value gap that's been formed on this level. I'm going to mark that out in the blue as well. As what we're now looking for is a disrespect of this fair value gap, and that is where we're going to take our entry from, as not only will we have an inverted fair value gap, we'll have a respect of a 15-minute fair value gap, and we'll have the power of 3. So we've had the accumulation phase where liquidity is building, we've then had a move to the downside, we've had a sweep of the sell side liquidity, and what this now means is that we're expecting a big distribution. In essence, we're expecting a big bullish move. So we've had the disrespect of that fair value gap pretty much immediately within the next minute. Now that candle is closed, we're going to take an entry from this point. The stop loss will always be the swing low for a bullish example, and it will always be the swing high for the bearish example. We now have a bit of freedom as to what we want to do. If you're playing super safe, have it at the high, but I would never do that because it's only going to be over 0.92 risk reward. What you can do is a few things. You can look for liquidity further back in the chart, so you can go on a higher time frame and look for any areas of liquidity. You could also just have a set risk reward of maybe 2 or 3 or whatever you like it to be. Or what you can do is get your fib tool out. You can mark out the high and low of the move and then take staggered TPs. So you could have TP1 at this level, TP2, 3, 4 and 5, depending on how many entries you're actually putting into this trade. And we could just put it there at this very top level and we can see how it goes. Obviously, with having layered take profits like this, it means that once you've hit, for example, this take profit, you know it's a risk-free trade, you can then move your stop loss up to entry or up to profit, whatever you prefer to do. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of this video is that using daily buys and including daily buys within this is incredibly important. It can just be used in that confidence for yourself. So if you are able to identify your daily buys and you know that your daily bias is bullish, for example, and then you see a 15-minute bullish fair value gap, you know that when price revisits, it's very likely that you're going to get a setup and that you're going to win this trade. So when we've hit this point, we could have put a stop loss to break even. Now, why would we have done that? So if we've got to a 2 risk reward ratio, you 1 could take your profit because you're happy with it. You could close out, some of your trades, take partials, or you could leave everything running and move your stop loss to break even. This means that no matter what happens, you are not going to lose money from this setup. We've just hit our 3rd TP from this setup. You could exit now and you would be at a 5 risk reward, so an impeccable trade really, or you could just leave 1 open. This is the bit that's kind of up to you, depending on how greedy you are, essentially. Most traders will be incredibly happy with a 5 to 1, but if you wanted to hold on and reach for that 7 to 1, fair play. So this is as simple as stacking some confluences together to make your trade a high probability. You've got the power of 3, you've got your daily bias, you've got your inverted fair value gap, you've got your 15-minute fair value gap, and you've also got a sweep of your sell-side liquidity from that accumulation phase. This is how you're going to make your trades high probability, and this is how you're going to become a profitable trader. If you're able to stack lots and lots of ideas together and lots of things telling you that the market is going to move in one direction or another, you're going to be much more likely to win the trades in simplest terms. This is a very good setup that you can use on a funded account, and the reason for this is because the risk reward is so good. As I've said before, and I want to reiterate, you're probably not going to get this every day. That's totally fine. Never try and force a trade when it's not there, because you'll just end up putting yourself at a loss and no one wants to lose. I have a free Signal educational group. If you'd like to get in that, go into my description of this video or at my bio. I'll have a link there. We've got a growing community in the paid group. Over 150 clients are now all growing together as traders. We've got guys passing the funded accounts. We've got guys getting payouts. We've got a community where we're all learning and growing together, and it's become very, very helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please, please, please give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe. I appreciate that massively. Until the next one.